created warm-up poster in conjunction with Edinburgh Napier and Tom Johnson's research. Can you initially just give us a little bit about what do you do at Scottish Hockey? What's your role?
So I am the performance preparation lead for Scottish Hockey. So my job primarily involves working with our senior international teams and preparing them for the demands of competition, and kind of covers everything that isn't hockey. So all their fitness, their strength, their conditioning, working with their physios to work on their rehab, nutrition advice, working with nutritionists at the Institute, just making sure that we can create as well-rounded athletes as possible, and then let the coaches take care of the hockey side. And then I guess part of it is also looking at the pathway and how we build athletes through that pathway, that when they come into senior, they're where we need them to be physically.
And you've obviously seen the warm-up poster and been involved with helping to create it. But it's based on Tom's research and the work that he did, and it is aimed at club players primarily. What do you think the benefits are for them?
I think a warm-up is really, really important for any athlete, whether they're playing at club or they're playing internationally. It's something that we kind of have as a non-negotiable. And so it's really important that they do it. Not only does it increase their performance, it decreases their injury risk, which is like a win-win for us. That's kind of ideally where we want to get to. You're priming your body ready for the movement it's going to do, so you kind of feel ready. Mentally, you're stimulated and engaged. So I feel like it's really important, and it shouldn't be a step that's overlooked at all.
And one of the things that I suppose we need to consider is some players may not have ever experienced a warm-up like this before. So is there some good practice that you can suggest to them? You know, is it a case of just take it really slow, try something to begin with and listen to their body, or is there other things that they need to do?
Yeah, so I think what's really good about the poster is we've kind of got those progressions and regressions. And so in that respect, there's also something for everyone. So I think the key thing is probably being honest with how much exposure you've had to this sort of thing, and there's absolutely no shame in starting in the easier exercises. See how you get on, and then once you're comfortable and you feel like you're doing really well, then move on. There's absolutely no harm in that at all. I think the key thing is the pace. We want it done nice and slow. It's not something to race. You can definitely get much more benefit from it, from taking your time and executing the exercises properly, using good form. So even buddy up with a teammate and comment on each other's form, use the notes we've kind of given and feedback to them, because that's the best way to learn.
And one of the things, I mean, I was involved in some of the video aspects to the warm-up, which has created the pictures, but well, having that partner or that teammate to work with, and then some of the exercises can get a little bit more competitive as you progress through, and then you build into some group work as well. It actually does help with the connection between you and that kind of competitive spirit. But one of the things to consider, and I didn't think about it initially, was share your kind of thoughts and observations with each other is really helpful. Is there anything else that you would say to those out there that's looking at it for the first time, or whether that's a player or a coach, that you think is really valuable?
I think just go through it and really try and take on board what's there. I think it's really good. It covers kind of the key muscle groups that we look at. It's really comprehensive in that respect. So it's maybe a little bit longer than you have maybe done before, but I would stick with it because it's definitely kind of well researched and is really kind of well proven to have good results. So I would definitely stick with it and encourage your teammates to do it. Make sure you try and build in time to your sessions to allow it to happen, and generally just try and encourage, if you've got young players, encourage them to take this outside of that environment. So if they're then warming up at school, can we transfer that across, and just really try and make it one of your non-negotiables too?